if I may go further by asking you, how can youth resist peer pressure while staying safe and within the law? How can they reduce the probability of them sinning against the law of Cameroon?
First and foremost, from a personal perspective, a personal point of view.
Okay.
For youth to be able to resist, I myself, I am a youth.
Yeah.
You are you.
Exactly.
The law has categorized several age ranges.
Exactly.
Like below 18, you are considered as a child. Or this age gap. Which falls within what we can validly classify as a youth.
Yeah.
Even up to 35.
Yeah.
You are
Exactly.
It will be validly considered as a youth. So from a personal perspective, how youth, myself, you, and any other person watching us can resist peer pressure is to make sure that first and foremost we know the kind of friends that we choose.
Very pertinent.
Who you associate with is very, very pertinent.
Yeah.
As the Bible even says, show me your friend and
I will tell you who you are.
Bad company corrupts good character.
Exactly.
Discover if you are into the gang. There are many people who have joined gangs today. We don't even know you. You can actually attest to that fact.
Yeah.
You understand? Probably because they are not really occupied enough. You understand?
Yeah.
When people are too free, they are not busy, and then they associate with the wrong company.
Okay.
They cannot escape one inevitable conclusion. If they are with a friend who is into all of that, obviously they are going to succumb to it.
Okay.
They are going to learn it. Of course, they'll find interest in it. They'll learn it, and before they know, they are already way into it. Well, how many people have been addicted to drugs today because of that? Friendships. Friendships that were not properly scrutinized from the onset.
Wow.
You understand?
Yeah.
Yes. If you ask 90% of people today who are into drugs, they will tell you someone showed it. And who is that someone? It cannot be someone above. Beyond their age gap.
Exactly.
Someone that they are really, really within the same age gap.
Okay.
Associate. Okay. Understand? And secondly, it is good for youth to educate themselves on the position of the law vis-a-vis what they are doing.
Exactly.
Why? Because if they educate themselves on the position of the law vis-a-vis what they are doing, at least they are aware of the consequences.
Exactly.
Like I've just cited a good number of provisions of the law, so you know.
Yeah.
Whoever is preparing, whoever is cultivating, whoever is importing, exporting, whoever is maybe putting it into food and beverages.
Yes, beverages.
Not many people cook rice and they'll tell you.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
You understand what I mean? You all know the position of the law when you're doing it. The fact that the silent you have not yet been caught doesn't mean that you are not committing.
You have not committed.
Only when you'll be caught before you understand. So if youth can actually know the position of the law,
okay,
vis-a-vis their actions, I think it will really help them in resisting unnecessary peer
pressure.
So that is just my own take on.
All right, Barrister. That also jumps also to another question. Are there any legal protection whereby that covers any youth if he or she makes any report of any criminal activity?
Yeah, I think our law has provided a number of safeguards for the youths, not only youths, for any individual, for any citizen who wants to see the alleviation of crime in society. For example, in this particular law number 97/019 on the 7th of August 1997 on narcotic drugs and psychotropic substances. If you look at the provisions of section 106 of this particular law, it says if any person, if you are in a gang or an association, if you reveal to the judicial authorities, let's say that that gang, they are planning maybe to carry out a drug operation. You understand? Yeah. And you, as a member of that gang, or you, as someone who gets knowledge of that particular act, if you go and you report it per section 106 of that particular law, and the authorities are able to intervene and stop that particular activity, you will go scot-free. You will not be prosecuted and punished. You understand? If you look at that particular law. And secondly, if we look at the provisions of section, if we look at the law number 2023 on to lay down the charter of child online protection in Cameroon, this particular law makes provision for the fact that internet service providers and even the state, they are supposed to provide safe reporting channel. For example, making hotlines. You know what they call a hotline? The time you know this human rights line, they tell you if you are into trouble, call 0504.
Exactly. Anonymous
hotline.
Yeah.
That the state and some of these internet service providers are supposed to make it conducive for people to report anonymously. You can just call and you report without necessarily revealing personal details about yourself. That's some form of coverage, that's some form of protection. Even this particular law number 2023 to lay down the charter on child online protection in Cameroon, equally makes provision for the fact that the state is supposed to create a national action plan. I don't know if that has already been put in place to see into it that it is supposed to be under the Ministry of Telecommunications. So it is supposed to see to it that the youths are properly, equally, awareness campaigns are created for youths to know how they can report offenses. You understand? I equally noteworthy the fact that under law number 97 on narcotic drugs in Cameroon, this particular law equally aligns with United Nations Convention on drugs. You understand? So witnesses are really protected. Under that particular law. And then if you look at although Cameroon is not really having a witness protection program, but then we still have some of these guarantees in our law, because if you look at law number 2006 as amended by law number 2011, which lays down judicial organization in Cameroon, parties can always request that their case be held in camera. When you talk of in-camera hearing, it means that it is in chambers. It's not like an open court hearing, just like all the other court hearings. You can request that you want that this case should be held in chambers if you have a witness who wants his identity protected from the public and who may have real relevant information that may be vital to the case. And equally, if you even look at also law number 2010 on cyber security and criminality, equally provide safeguards for witnesses who provide confidential information to the National Agency for Information and Communication Technologies. We call it in French antique. Many people popularly don't know the English translation. We call it to judicial authorities. And also, judicial authorities can always choose to safeguard the identity of witnesses. So I think those are some of the safeguards that have been provided by law for those who really report offenses. But then you may start to say that many people just want to. Many people don't really have hope and confidence in the judiciary. So when some of them even come across these things, they just just leave it. They just let it slide. They don't want to take action. They just let it slide. But then they should always be aware of the fact that they have some guarantees. If you go to the CPC, the Criminal Procedure Code, it makes provision for the fact that if witnesses even appear to testify in court, they pay them.
They pay, exactly.
The session that they appear, there's an amount that they pay them. At the end of the day, when the court usually passes its judgment, you see witness transportation, witness fee, everything. It's supposed to be paid by law. You understand?
So, thank you very much. That was a powerful one.